Agric Think Business. Hello there, I'm Eunice Johnson, welcoming you to another bumper edition of Agricbusiness Template, and of course, standing in for Lillian. On this program, we'll discuss nothing but agriculture. Here we try to update you on current issues in agribusiness in Nigeria and around the world, and we do it in a grand style. Last week, our focus was on agribusiness, how we can make business out of agriculture rather than just produce and consume, which has been the trend. Today on our show, our focus will be on agric and financing. You will agree with me that how to finance agriculture has been a serious concern to an average farmer in Nigeria. The question on the lips of an average farmer in Nigeria is, how can I finance my farm and expand it for export? Well, today on the show, we will make an attempt to show you the way. But first, our news update segment.
The news update. Some stakeholders in the agricultural sector have commended the federal government for inaugurating the National Food Security Council. They, however, want President Muhammadu Buhari to include farmers in the council. The stakeholders described the inauguration as timely, saying that it will reinforce efforts to address the persistent farmers-herdsmen clashes across the country. In another news, the founder and chancellor of Landmark University, Bishop David Oyedipo, has instructed the university to remove tuition for all agricultural science programs in the institution. This is to encourage students to show interest in agriculture in a bid to take Nigerians back to the land and ensure that the nation feeds her people. The tuition-free program will take effect from the 2018-2019 academic session. In another report, the Nigeria Sovereign Investment Authority says its investment in promoting local farming is yielding results, as production of made in Nigeria fertilizer has hit 2.22 million metric tons. The managing director of the authority, Uche Orji, in an interview said the investment was to make fertilizer affordable all year round to farmers. Farmers in Kogi State are being shown the best way to improve their yields. This the government is doing through the Kogi State Agricultural Development Project, which has embarked on intensive training for registered cassava, cashew, and maize farmers. The training is part of efforts to ensure that farmers adopt global best practices to enhance their yields, production, and processing. And that's the news update.
Thanks for staying tuned. That was the news segment. The program is Agribusiness Template, where we discuss everything agriculture. Next on our lineup is the story of the week, and as usual, our man Emmanuel Udo will be our guide. Stay tuned.
Finance has always been at the forefront of every human enterprise because for one to satisfy the three basic needs of shelter, clothes, and food, there must be money. For instance, these men said they have been farming for a while, but their effort is not yielding much because they couldn't raise the much needed funds to expand.
Farming is one of those things that we can't do without. It's part and parcel of us. And in the area of animal husbandry, like fish farming, you have goatry and the rest. Meat and fish are something that we eat all around the year. So we could be able to produce and produce and produce. People will buy. But the most challenges we face these days is finance to make this business balance.
On the other hand, another smallholder farmer, Michael Appel, says he has been into cassava and other crop farming, but his problem, like those of others, is finance.
I dey make money for garri, I dey make money for apple, and I dey make money for guinea corn and corn, maize. I dey sell am. I dey make money for farm. I want tell government make they help me so that I go increase my farm. Because
Help you like how?
if they can give me loan, make my farm big, so that if I make am big, I go the sell am, the return the loan.
On the part of the federal government, modalities have been worked out in the area of equipment leasing, particularly tractors, to enable smallholder farmers to progress onto mechanized agriculture.
Now, with the syndication of funds from the private sector bringing in 65%, we have boosted government's fleet of tractors from 100 to about 200 units by using government 35% bringing 65%. So we increase the fleet of tractors, and tractors now are allocated to service providers. And service providers are located in farm gates to provide services at a cost to the farmer. So you see, the farmer is being mechanized, while the service provider is creating a job for operators, technicians, and also making money to pay back the loan that was given to him.
However, a study shows that smallholder farmers across Nigeria require assistance in the purchase of seed, fertilizer, and machinery, a requirement which makes it imperative for them to obtain additional funds outside their personal money or little loans they obtain from relatives. The managing director of NISAL explains the agency's position in assisting farmers obtain loan facilities. NISAL, the Nigerian Incentive-Based Risk-Sharing System for Agricultural Lending, was established in 2011 to stand in for farmers in obtaining loans from banks. In the same vein, other financial institutions like the Development Bank of Nigeria and Bank of Agriculture, which have the mandate to extend credit facilities to smallholders farmers to make them stronger to grow, were also re-established. A study shows that the various institutions engaged in providing credit are often reluctant to provide such assistance to agriculture because of the more attractive returns from other sectors of the economy. Experts in the field are asking that attention should be given to the provision of credit for direct production compared to the emphasis on credit for marketing agricultural products. Emmanuel Udo, Agribusiness Template.
If you're just joining us, the program is still Agribusiness Template. Now let's take a short break. We will return in a jiffy for the discussion segment. Please don't go away. Think Agric, think business.
Are you in Agricbusiness? Is your farm performing below expectation? Are you experiencing difficulties with your farm? Does your agribusiness idea need finance? Zisak Farms Consult is a solution. Visit our office at Suite 8 Sheraton Hotel, Abuja. For more inquiries, you can call 070-6280-0576 or 080-6543-2360. You can also send us an email, zisakfarms@gmail.com. Zisak Farms Limited, bridging the gap in agribusiness.
Thank you very much for sticking around to Agribusiness Template. Ruben Okala is ready with the discussion segment. Ruben, over to you.
Think Agric, think business. Welcome to the discussion segment. I am Ruben Okala, and the program is Agribusiness Template. The discussion program today is going to be centered on agri financing. And to do justice with that topic are two gentlemen. The man in immaculate white is Dr. Moses Audu, a business management consultant. Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Mr. Ruben.
And by my far right is Mr. Agricbusiness Olashende, who is a business expert. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Now let's start like this. Agri financing is really a concern in Nigeria. This is a known fact, isn't it? Let's start from you.
Yes, it's a known fact that agribusiness financing is a challenge in Nigeria today, considering the way the structure of a lot of businesses are, and considering that some of our commercial banks are not really into agri lending. Before now, they were very risk averse to lend into the agricultural sector. But with CBN promoting doing a lot of promotion in agriculture, a lot of them are key into agribusiness financing, and then it's picking up, and the awareness is also coming into play.
Okay. Do you agree with that?
Yes, of course. As with most business in Nigeria, we really need to look at the fundamentals. Now, banks are set up to make profit, and bank is not going to give people money that you don't have the capacity, you don't have the intention to return the money, because the money, so to say, is not for the bank, it's people's money.
That's
so
right.
For commercial bank to give money to people, they have to be sure that figure that these people have the capacity and willing to pay back. Up until now, that has not come to be. Why? Majority of our farmers, as I said before, are small farmers holder. These are farmers that have less than 5 hectares of land. These people, the way their business is structured as of now, they rarely will ever meet the demand the bank really wants them to meet before they get loan. They don't do business plan, they are not structured, so their business really is non-bankable. So it's
Okay. That means it's only big-time farmers that have the access to loan and assistance. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, not
really. If that's the case, then our small scale farmers are in trouble.
No, what he's trying to say is not saying there's only big time farmers that will have access to funding. But what he's trying to say is that there's a big gap in terms of small farmers' business being structured well. Because a lot of them don't have feasibility studies. They don't have business plans.
I must have those before banks can look at your way.
Because they need to look at your return on investment.
All right.
They look at
because they are into business too.
Because they are into business too. Because they are out there to make money. It's people's money that they are giving to you. But with the way the structure is going, with the help of CBN now, CBN schemes, CBN Anchor Grants program, the farmers are being given money. Now, even through NISA, there's a lot of things happening to small-scale farmers today. A lot of them are getting funding. But they need to be high touch to get to all the farmers in the country.
Okay. In fact, before you continue, let me ask before you continue. Now, you will agree with me that interest in agriculture is growing by the day, especially during recession. Yet, food is not surplus. Why is it so?
Let me take that question.
Okay.
The reason behind that is there's a huge gap in infrastructure deficit in Nigeria.
Okay.
You see some of the farming practices in Nigeria are done in remote communities and rural areas. But at the end of the day, you discover that during surplus of harvest, you have a lot of food around.
That's right.
And every other thing. You see, you can even buy, if you go to places like Benue, you can buy a basket of tomato for like 100 naira.
All right.
But when you're off the season, you see that you don't have them again.
That's right.
So at the end of the day, you now find out that some of the storage facilities, you need to store some of these things so that you have them during the rainy days. You don't have those storage facilities. So it's a big problem. Infrastructures like roads, you go around all the rural communities, you find out that their roads are bad. You find out that they don't even have lights. So how can you install some of these things? So it's a big challenge with agriculture.
Yeah, no, what I'm really saying is that people are still starving despite the fact that there's interest in farming.
That's what we're trying to highlight, that during surplus, you have this. You have
people are we're not storing enough.
You have abundance of this commodity during surplus. And as a result of this infrastructure deficit you have, like road, rail,
I get you now.
So farmers cannot even store some of their produce. So at the end of the day, during scarcity, majorly we have 2 seasons in Nigeria. We have the rainy season and the dry season. Yes. Some commodities do well in the rainy season, while some do well in dry season. So at those off-peak period now, you find out that you don't have those commodities. And once you don't have them, prices will start shooting up. So these are some of the problems we're facing. So it is important that critical infrastructures should be looked into and promoted in all those rural communities, so that those things will flow throughout the year.
Thank you very much. If you are just joining us, the program is Agribusiness Template, and we have been discussing agri financing. And my guest, Dr. Moses Audu, see here, and Dr. Agricbusiness Olasinde. Now, my next question. When farmers want to access loan, the big headache is the fact that they'll ask them for collateral, and then they'll remember that the interest they're going to charge for the loan is too high, and that is a discouragement for them. What do you say about this?
You must know something.
Okay, Ade, go ahead.
You must know something, that banks don't ask for collateral because they are interested in your property. They are asking for collateral to ensure that the money being given to you is paid back.
Okay. Or if you run away, your collateral will be used in your place.
For a bank loan to be effective, there must be a soft landing for the farmers, the banker, in terms of cost and tenure.
All the players of the industry required.
The equation has to be balanced.
Okay.
Now, these smallholder farmers, there is so much they can do. Number one, they need access to information. There are a lot of government intervention. There are a lot of government.
That is why this program is there for them.
Not aware of. There are programs where farmers really do not need to pay anything. You have the Agricbusiness program where the CBN organized to just introduce the smallholder farmer to a local processor.
Okay.
And this is going on, but a lot of them feel, oh no, this is not for me. And each time they keep asking you, I need fund. I have a fish farm at the back of my house. Can you get me money? Yes, we can get you money, but you need to be positioned to get money. The money is not given to anybody. I won't give anybody money for the sake that you're in agribusiness. I want to be sure you are doing what you say you do. You're going to make profit for it. And that is the only way agri can become business. The commercial bank must come into it.
Now,
I'm even sorry to say what you have said concerning collateral too. One of the good things NISA is doing in Nigeria, NISA is doing through CBN is guaranteeing all those loans being given to smallholders farmers. So there doesn't need to be a collateral again from the smallholder farmers. So NISA has already taken
the collateral part of it.
The farmers.
That's right.
It's a good one for them.
Right. Another thing I need to say here is that I told you before that 90% of our food is produced by the smallholders farmer. 80% of that value,
subsistence farmers, as we call them.
of those people.
Not subsistence again. If you're saying subsistence, that means they're only producing for what they will eat.
Yeah, but that's what is going on.
Basically,
but they still produce large. But what he's trying to say is that how to secure the lending process.
Now, 80% of these people is women. They are women. So, and if you look at the way it's structured, women rarely ever get credit in this country.
Okay.
And if you are going to go by statistics, these are the bulk of people we should be looking at.
Okay, now, before we begin to wind down, let me ask the question now. Agriculture used to be the mainstay of Nigeria's economy before. What went wrong? That's why in this position. And can we get back to the yesteryears?
We can still get back to it. A lot of things went wrong. It was actually abandoned, grossly abandoned in a very long time. In the 60s, in the 70s, agriculture used to be the mainstay of the Nigerian economy. And if you look at it, even from trends now and even from statistics, rural-urban migration, in the 60s, in 1960, it was 86%, but today, in 2016, was 56%. You can see that a lot of our rural people have migrated to urban cities.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, where are the jobs in urban cities? So they've actually abandoned agriculture that is supposed to be the mainstay, the main activities that should even support the real sector of the economy. So it is important. And outside that, one of the other problems, again, outside that is the infrastructures in rural communities are so bad. In the 80s, we had things like D3, where they were building roads, rural electrification and all that. Some of those things have been abandoned in a very long time. So there needs to be avocation to some of those things. Government needs to drive policy direction towards this place of building more infrastructures in rural communities and rural areas, remote villages and where agricultural activities. So
it will discourage them from migrating to the city.
Them from migrating to the city. And another thing again, once those things are there, it will attract investment to those areas.
Thank you very much, Dr. Audu. Now, as we round up, let me give you opportunity, both of you, to give us your final thought on this subject matter, agri-financing.
Well, when you think agri,
think business. That's right.
And when you do that, when you think business, you have to follow the laws that governs economics. It's as simple as that.
Okay, what I'm trying to say is that we should be able to produce for export rather than producing and consuming.
It's part of the whole process. For smallholders farmers to have their voice in this country, there are certain things that need to be put in place. You need to attract the youth in it. You have to make agriculture sexy because these guys are high tech. You need to come to where they are comfortable. They are not going to practice agriculture the way their forefathers practice it. You need to find their niche and meet them there.
Okay. Thank you very much. Your final thoughts?
Saying agriculture is important to you, to we sitting here, to the viewers at home. We cannot live without eating food. We cannot live without putting on clothes. We cannot live without shelter.
That's right.
The drugs we take out,
everything
from
agriculture.
So even if we care for the poorest in our society, if we care for the poorest in Africa, we should think agriculture. It's the only way forward. If we looking at the population of the world today and what is projected to hit in 2050, the world is expected to be 9.7 billion people, and Nigeria is expected to grow to be the third most populated country in the world. So we have to position ourselves to take advantage of this. We shouldn't see our population today, which has been told by the chairman of National Population Commission, that is 198 million, as a threat or as an issue. We see it as an opportunity for us to harness more better things in this country, for us to grow agriculture beyond the level we are today, for us to grow, for us to produce what we eat, for us to produce what we export. At the end of the day, when we start growing our export proceeds.
Interesting. Thank you very much, gentlemen. I'll be speaking with Dr. Moses Audu, a business management consultant. Thank you for coming on the program. Agricbusiness Olashinde, our in-house analyst and agribusiness expert.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That has been the discussion segment. We discuss agribusiness financing.
Thank you very much, Ruben, for that explicit session. That was the discussion segment which centered on agri-financing. I guess you were enlightened because yes, I was. As we begin to round off the program, did you know that more than 6,000 different kinds of apples are grown around the world? Whoa! The biggest producer is China, followed by the United States, Iran, Turkey, Russia, Italy, and India. Well, it is on this note that we want to end the program for this week. We will surely be back same time next week for another heartwarming edition. Before we finally go, remember, for sponsorship and advert placement, feedbacks and inquiries, you can contact us through the following: Let me specially thank you for your company. I am Eunice Johnson saying bye for now. Think agric, think business.
Are you in agribusiness? Is your farm performing below expectation? Are you experiencing difficulties with your farm? Does your agribusiness idea need finance? Zisak Farms Consult is a solution. Visit our office at Suite 8 Sheraton Hotel, Abuja. For more inquiries, you can call 070-6280-0576 or 080-6543-2360. You can also send us an email, zisakfarms@gmail.com. Zisak Farms Limited, bridging the gap in agribusiness.